Here's the...
Towards the light. Yo, what is that? It's a supernova. Nah, man, that's a black hole. Yo, it's
I leap over lies in a single pound.
Who are you?
The black prophet, one day I got struck by knowledge of self. It gave me super scientific powers. Now I run through the ghetto, battling my arch nemesis, Mr. Ignorance. He's been trying to take me out since the days of my youth. He feared this day will come. I'm hot on his trail, but sometimes he slips away because he has an army. They always give me trouble, mainly hatred, jealousy, and envy. They attack me, they think they got me, but I use my super science and I twist all three. I see sparks over that building at me. I dip, do a backflip, then I in the heart with bookmarks. Ignorance hates when I drop it, but no matter what he do, he can't stop the prophet.
Yo, prophet, come here real quick. Yo, I just saw Ignorance downtown. Let me put you on.
Word, he down there bugging. He got them ill and out.
Let's continue the saga, mad drama. I met this chick, she said she knew where Ignorance was at. I said where? She said downtown. He had... I think the line is a setup, I can smell it, but Ignorance is running rampant. Aight, baby, show me the exact spot. Meet me at Hoyt and Skimmerhorn at 3 on the dot. So I hops up on the A train, I'm being followed. My seventh sense is danger. I turn around, it's anger. And he brought a marble along. It's the same old song. Despair and animosity got broke with the swiftness. I don't know what they think this is. I feel a sharp pain in my neck, now I can't see on my hem. They hit me with a dart filled with the pork chop serum. I tried to hold on, but before long I dropped. When I awoke, I was locked in the barber shop, trapped in the barber's chair. Oh no, they're gonna try and cut my hair, but that can't stop the prophet.
Yo, prophet, Ignorance is tired of you following him around. We about to put an in and out right now. Animosity, despair, what's up? Get him,
Passed by, I hear a buzzing noise. It was that chick with some of Ignorance's boys. She said, prophet, we got you beat. By the way, I'm Mr. Ignorance's wife, deceit. But enough talk now for your haircut. When the clippers touched my hair, they blew the... After the explosion, there was no one left. Cause I know dim mop, poison hand, touch of death. My vision's still kinda blurry, but I see a clue. Ignorance is at the library. I hurry with lightning speed like the Flash. He's at the big one on Grand Army Place. When I get inside, the door shut and the lights go off. Another trap. I hear a hissing sound. I smell a funny smell. I gasp, I can't breathe. Ignorance is laughing at me, waiting on my downfall. But he can't stop the prophet.
Well, prophet, it seems like you're in a bit of a jam. I hope you can unstick yourself. Oh, and what you did to my wife, it was nothing. I have others. The saga continues.
The 2K Sports pregame show. That's right, it's here, the official start of the new NBA season. I'm Ernie Johnson, excited to be here once again with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith for another go-round. Moments away, it'll be the Sacramento Kings going up against the Los Angeles Clippers. Checking out the Clippers, they're excited to be back out on the floor for game number 1 of the season, and I don't think anyone has doubts that they want to send a strong message tonight and tip off the new season with a win. And here we are, opening night of the new NBA season. Every club at this point can be optimistic. Some teams just looking to make the playoffs, others with much higher aspirations, Kenny.
Yeah, well, some people would say that you can start with a clean slate. But then certain people are saying we're building off of last year.
Well, we can finally say it. The NBA regular season is about to get underway. And here at 2K Sports, we couldn't be happier. This is Kevin Harlan, joined by my... colleagues Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. Battle in the Western Conference, the Sacramento crowd hoping to watch their Kings come out on top. And by virtue of their NBA schedule, their first game of the new year is against the Los Angeles Clippers. They could only manage a single win in 4 tries against these guys last year.
Yeah, 2 conference rivals. I mean, they'll play each other a total of 4 times this season.
Yeah, plenty of opportunity here, guys, to get on each other's bad side. I mean, if they weren't already. Could make for some fairly high drama.
We've got a chance here to set the floor, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for this one. So for the Clippers right now, inside it's Griffin and Jordan, Chris Paul and J.J. Redick are the guards. And it's Johnson in at the 3. And here's Rondo, following the basket by Blake Griffin. Here's Cousins, laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Cousins has got his second bucket. On defense, the Kings. Paul kicks to Griffin. Picked by Griffin. A shot by Paul. Nobody around. Good, and it's Johnson with the assist that time. Paul's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. And guys, Wesley Johnson, 4th overall pick back in the 2011 draft. Everyone thought he would have the jump shot to become a prolific scorer, and Clark, the length to defend at a high level.
Yeah, you know, in his rookie year, he averaged 9 points a game. Last year, his 5th, he averaged 10. I think it's to the point where he is what he is.
J.J. Redick with the bucket. Here's Rondo. Little over a minute 30 into this first quarter. He feeds it to McLemore. Cousins with a screen on Redick. McLemore with the ball. 6 on the shot clock. Cousins missing again. Now Paul. And they double up Paul. Griffin passes to Redick. Kicks it out to Paul. And the wide open shot from Redick. Johnson outside. Up top, Griffin. It's another look. Sacramento grabs the miss.
And that's the shot he has to take.
Exactly. That's the right look. The decision was good. He just didn't execute.
Uh-oh, a little showboating at the end of that one.
Clippers have gone 50% from the field, hitting 3 of 6 since the opening tip. Griffin a screen on Rondo. Paul goes in. It's blocked. And is out of bounds to the Clippers as the Clippers retain possession. On defense, the Kings. They trick Clippers moving the ball around. And the whistle blows as the basket counts and a three-point play chance right here. One free throw coming up.
Oh, nice double pump finish there, strictly for the fans.
The Clippers shooting their first free throw of the night here.
And Redick is just an unbelievable three-point shooter. It's not just his volume, it's his pinpoint accuracy. By the end of last season, Redick was 40% from behind the arc for his career. And although he doesn't quite get the block, he does get the missed field goal attempt because of his ability to alter the shot.
Well, almost as effective as a block. I mean, made him completely change his release point, and I think that caused the miss.
And he is really in a zone right now, playing and scoring with confidence.
And for Redick, he knew what his NBA career would be like. Way back in 2005, Clark, I recall him saying, I think I'll be a role player like 80% of the players in the league. I don't expect to be a star. I'll just shoot. I'll be a team player.
Yeah, and he's exactly right. He was highly decorated in college, but every scout knew his strength was shooting the basketball, and J.J. knew it as well.
And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Cousins. A different look for the Clippers. Smith comes in for Blake Griffin. And it's Crawford in for J.J. Redick. Here's Johnson. And he can't bank that one in. The Kings trail by 6. Lets it go with a 3. Sacramento again missing. And here we go. Fast break. Paul's got it. They get it back. Tries yet again. And the rejection by Cousins. Tagged and still knocked it down. Nice composure. And Stevenson's checked in for Wesley Johnson. The Clippers have shot just one free throw earlier. 1 for 1 in the game. The Kings were off to a hot start last year, but things certainly fell apart midway. A big factor in that was the messy firing of their coach, Mike Malone.
Yeah, really, that firing came out of nowhere to the fans and the players, and it seemed odd to fire a coach that has been leading his team to good basketball.
Sacramento's gone 0-3 from three-point land. Nothing yet going outside. Cousins with a screen on Paul. And they get it. And there's DeMarcus Cousins on the assist by Rondo. And it's 6 points here for Cousins.
Another nice bucket down low. They've really been able to work the ball into the post effectively so far.
Yeah, and I think we're going to see them operating a lot of their offense from the interior today. And, you know, we'll never really know the full details of why Malone was fired, but the effect it had on the team was easy to see. Kings really tailspinned out of control afterward.
Now here's Cousins. He's got 6, 5 on the clock. Baseline J on the way. In the hoop for his 4th field goal. 4 for 7 shooting and looking for more.
Yeah, it's just a smart shot, taking advantage of the mismatch.
Well, with a stroke like that and the height advantage as well, a mid-range J is almost a gimme.
Smith against Cousins. Paul outside. On the money from 12 feet away. Paul's got 5.
You know, the Kings, I think, will look back and realize they made a dubious decision the way they handled that coaching change. I mean, lucky for them, they were able to right things, so to speak, by landing George Karl later on. Clearly one of the better coaches in NBA history.
He was all alone on that one. Rondo's got his first 3 points of the game.
How in the world did they let him get that wide open?
Clippers were so strong on the road last season. They led the league, Clark, in field goal percentage while on the road, and actually they scored more points away from Staples than in it.
Especially down the stretch, Kevin. I mean, they finished the regular season with 8 straight road wins to get home court advantage in the first round. Superb.
And the Clippers decide to take their first time out here.
And the Clippers, with those 8 road wins at the end, you mentioned, that pushed their road record to 26-15. That was second best in the league. Also set a franchise high for road wins.
And it's a completely new group on the floor for the Kings. And a switch here also for the Clippers. Pierce is checked in. There's the bucket. Good.
Most any NBA player can make you pay when you leave them that wide open. That's why you have to stay alert on defense. You know, what's amazing about the Clippers on the road last year, guys, was the context. I mean, they had a bunch of back-to-back games and went 16-4 on the back end of back-to-backs. 11 of those came on the road.
And stolen by Kufis. Here's Bellinelli. Pierce covering. Misses in close. 3 seconds separate the shot clock and game clock. To the inside. Smith. Kufis with the block. And they're able to recover. Crawford, no luck.
What a start they've gotten off to on the glass. I mean, they've come out banging.
And when a game starts off like this, Clark, there's an intimidation factor, a physicality that they've brought that comes into play.
Here's Collison. That misses. Would have counted had it gone in. And so the first quarter is in the books. Clippers lead by 6. And we've got more NBA action on 2K Sports coming your way after this break. And a chance to hear from DeAndre Jordan, who talks about the inspiration he drew from head coach Doc Rivers.
Doc told me, you know, you should be Defensive Player of the Year, not just for one time, but for multiple years. And I could tell that he wasn't trying to hype me up or just telling me that because I was his player. He really meant it. Once you have that confidence from somebody like that, you can only play well.
A strong case can be made that Jordan played like the Defensive Player of the Year, Clark, this past season. And the fact that he didn't win it, it looks like it'll keep him motivated.
Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, I love the passion he plays with defensively. It seems like a burning fire in him, and Doc has stoked that fire with desire and inspiration. You've got to love how the passion to play defense burns in DeAndre.
All right, the second quarter beginning in just a moment. And taking a look at Los Angeles' performance here, what have they been doing or not doing?
They've won the effort battle, and that's allowed them to control the backcourt.
And it's been gang rebounded. I mean, everybody has done a great job boxing out for him, and it's showing up on the stat sheet.
Collison is out there with Bellinelli. Then there's Caspi. Then it's Quincy Ace. And it's Kufis in at the 5. Down low. That's the 5 to begin the second quarter for the Kings.
Almost an impossible shot to block in the post. The defender can't give up that much of a height advantage and expect to contest it.
Paul kicks to Redick. Back to Paul. Passes it to Redick. Just 5 on the clock. Nice 4 for 7 from the floor with that shot.
I think they need to get much more disruptive defensively. They can't just keep allowing these easy baskets.
That's got to be job number 1 right now. Nothing easy on the inside.
Now here's Collison. He hasn't scored yet. That I'm sure will change. The dish to Bellinelli. From deep. The shot no good. And the Clippers will come the other way. Paul outside. That's in there. Johnson with the assist. And now an 11-point Clipper lead.
You know, maybe he's not one of the elite sharpshooters, but even still, that's not a shot that D can afford to give him. If you look at Chris Paul, you're looking at a guy who really is the standard bearer of point guards. I mean, he can pass, he can score, he plays great defense. He also competes. But what makes him the floor general that all others are measured against, really the instincts and leadership.
Going back to Chris Paul, if you could build a point guard from scratch, Clark, he might be the model.
Yeah, I tell you what, you could do much worse than him, that's for sure. One of the very best. 6 times he's led the NBA in steals. Just an incredible all-around player. One of the greatest team leaders, I think, in the history of the league as well.
Over the last 2 seasons, he's led the league in assists, you're right. Not as good in the Los Angeles leads. Cut to just 11 points in the basket from DeMarcus Cousins. Paul kicks to Griffin. Picked by Griffin. Puts up a 3. Cauley Stein grabs the board. Sacramento's gone 0-2 from deep here in the second. Out of bounds, the Clippers take possession. Now that we have a chance, let's go to the 2K leaderboard and reveal last season's top shot blockers. 5th, DeAndre Jordan.
And shot blocking is the element of the game that I think he cares about the most. That effort and energy.
And it's the Clippers with the ball. There's the lob to the hoop. And the slam by Blake Griffin.
And the lead just grows on that ridiculous offensive sequence.
You know, Clark, that dunk alone would have been spectacular. Never mind it coming at the end of an alley-oop.
Yeah, that just added more to it.
And you know, guys, right now they're starting to flatline, just hanging on here for dear life.
And Jordan sends it back. Johnson against Gay. Jordan dishes to Redick. And it falls over the rim and in. Redick's got 13. Here in the second quarter, just under 3.5 minutes played. Rondo kicks to McLemore. The feed to Gay. Lets it go with the 3. It's hauled in by Los Angeles.
Boy, Doc Rivers keeps on leading his teams to successful seasons. A former coach of the year rarely has a season where his team doesn't meet expectations.
Now here's Gay following the shot by Chris Paul. Gay right side. On the money from 12 feet away.
Well, he knew how many inches he had over the guy. I mean, let's face it. Good decision to just rise up and take the jump shot.
DeMarcus Cousins can really be unstoppable at times on offense. He's shown star qualities ever since he stepped into the NBA. It wasn't until last season that he was voted to the All-Star game.
Jamal Crawford, he's checked in for Los Angeles. Clippers leading by 13. Picked by Griffin. Paul kicks to Crawford. Paul with the screen for Crawford. Will not go. This is off the front iron. And back to Cousins last year. He was the first Sacramento King to appear in an All-Star game, which is hard to believe in over a decade. That is a long stretch, a long drought.
I'll tell you what, no question he's been doing a lot of heavy lifting here early in his career. But I tell you what, you surround him with some sick talent, and I can see rings in this young man's future. No doubt he's struggling right now from the field. Let's see if he can get it going this quarter.
Kings moving the ball around. On the left block, that one falls through. It's his 6th make from the floor this game, now 6 for 10.
And, you know, he's enjoyed the kind of day you expect in terms of shooting the basketball. He can bring them right back into this game.
Here's Gay.
And it doesn't really matter who starts the break with how he runs the floor. He seems to always be the one who finishes it.
Yeah, he is so fun to watch and how he attacks the rim at full speed like that, man. It's something to behold the way that guy gets to the rim.
And that was Kia bringing you the close-up on the big-time play. And DeAndre Jordan throws it down.
Taking it to the rack with power right there.
And hammering down with the two-handed slam.
Just piling on the lead with the dunk like that.
Now here's Cauley Stein. And they immediately answer back with the dunk at the other end.
And really nothing like a good old-fashioned throwdown to get a team going.
And, Greg, they do need to get going. They wouldn't mind, shaving a couple more points off that lead right away.
Well, if the defense keeps giving up easy baskets like that, it won't be a lead for long.
And he came off that screen, and the D just didn't get over the top of it.
Yep, weren't there in time enough to challenge Greg, and when that's the case, you can mark those up for him. Now that's finishing your work right there.
Powerful two-hand jam, you're right.
And I tell you what, if he's got a few more of those in him, this lead will start shrinking even further.
Now here's Crawford. Off target from three-point range.
Not able to find it here in the second. He's off stride and off track just a bit after that one he had earlier.
No good from Cousins.
I guess even he has to miss one of those once in a while.
A shot by Griffin. Nobody around. Good, and Paul gets the assist. 10 points for Blake Griffin.
I love his shot selection today. He set the bar for the rest of the team.
Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. Here's Cauley Stein. Kicks it out to Gay. And it's the Clippers with the rebound. Jordan's got 9 rebounds in the game. Getting it done. Paul with the 3, and that one's good. Paul's got 11 points.
That's how to orchestrate for your teammate. Terrific pass.
And that does it for...
Yes, Kevin, I'm here with Blake Griffin, and obviously a high-scoring half for you guys on this one, Blake. What was the key to breaking it open?
It starts on defense. Our defense did a good job of getting stops, getting rebounds, getting out in the open floor, and got some easy buckets, and then, shots start to fall.
Blake, thank you. Kevin, a complete culture change with this organization.
Thank you, Doris, and we'll be back for the third quarter of action following halftime.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Ernie Johnson here again with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny. The Clippers have the edge here at halftime. They lead by 14. Kenny, some perspective, please.
What a brilliant, unselfish half of basketball they just played. Their ball movement was absolutely impeccable. All in all, just beautiful basketball to watch.
Shaq, how do you think Sacramento played?
You don't have to dig very deep to see why they're getting crushed. Just look at the rebounding stats. They've been weak juice on the glass, and it's going to cost them. Weak juice and barbecue chicken. What a diet. I'm sure they're getting their earful in the locker room right now, and they deserve it, Ernie.
That's going to do it for now as the second half is just about ready to get started. We'll see you later.
Well, it's been a one-sided affair so far through the first 2 quarters, but there's plenty of time to mount a comeback. You look at J.J. Redick, what a contribution.
Yeah, he's played just a smart game overall offensively, looking for and finding the gaps in the defense, and also terrific shot selection.
Greg, that's exactly what we're talking about when we talk about being efficient as an offensive player. Fully on display there with him.
Getting underway in the second half, here's the 5 for Doc Rivers. Chris Paul and J.J. Redick are the guards. Inside, it's Griffin and Jordan, and it's Johnson in at the 3 slot. Now here's Rondo. Over in the corner, Cousins. He dishes it to Cauley Stein. Good, and it's Cousins picking up the assist. And that's now 6 points for Willie Cauley Stein. Clippers leading by 14.
And I think it's fair to say last season was a bit of a transition year for the Kings. I mean, after firing Malone and the injuries to their stars, they just tried to build for the future, realizing that was going to be in their best interest.
Blocking foul called on Chris Paul. That's his first personal foul, first team foul.
Second half rolling along now. About a minute played here. And McLemore kicks to Rondo. Cousins inside. Griffin on him. Nice spin off the left rim and in. 14 points here for Cousins.
These defenders look overmatched right now, especially inside.
Well, they've given up 10 of the last 12 points from close range. So I'd have to agree with you, partner.
Phenomenal alley-oop slam right there, guys.
They're taking advantage, Clark, of a team that looks lost out there.
Guys, this one is threatening to get really ugly.
And we're just about a minute and a half into the third quarter of basketball. Here's McLemore. Trains the three-pointer. McLemore's got 5 now.
That makes 3 in a row to start the second half.
Rondo against Paul. Paul is doubled. Down low. Here's Griffin. Nice D from Cousins.
And you can see the defenders afraid to kind of get in his way a lot of times when he's on his way to the basket. But on that one, they were there. Easy to see who's going to win that race.
Yeah, early offense is often easy offense. Excellent work that time.
Los Angeles calls timeout. Thinking about DeMarcus Cousins, Clark, when he was selected, people questioned whether he could stay out of trouble. Many doubted that, he could, but he has stayed clean really since day one.
Yeah, going back 5 years ago, a beat writer actually had the audacity to say he would end up in jail at some point, but Cousins has proved him and others wrong.
That's 1 for their first 4 to start the second half.
Outside Curry. To the wing on the left. Bellinelli with the 3. Rebound by the Clippers. Paul's got his 3rd rebound on the night.
But only the first miss of the second half. They've come out here with authority and good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
Dime-dropping delights is what I call it.
Yeah, that's a nice pass. I will give you that one.
Yeah, he was on the money, that's no doubt. Here's Bellinelli. He's been patient so far, nothing yet on the scoreboard.
And with that Cousins story about the writer, Cousins actually called him out about that failed prediction. I mean, they made amends, however, with the writer eating his words and donating to a charity of Cousins' choice. Yeah, and for Cousins, it's never been a question of talent. I mean, many are glad to see that he's been able to stay focused really for the first stretch of his career.
Lance Stephenson's checked in for DeAndre Jordan.
Last season, the Clippers came away with the 3rd seed out west. They were very tough in conference and managed to get 37 of their 56 wins against Western Conference teams.
Here's Griffin. It's in and good for his 6th field goal in 10 attempts.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead.
And it's been a well-rounded performance. I mean, strong rebounding has certainly been at the center of it, but it's been good on a number of levels.
As you said, for the Clippers, 37 wins last year against the rest of the West. That total was the 2nd most against the rest of the West among any team in the league. Trailed only Golden State in that regard.
And you know what? They played the top West teams tough as well. One of only 3 Western Conference teams to be over 500 against the rest of the playoff teams from the West.
He always knows where his teammate's going to be, and Kevin, that will let him put the ball where he wants it, right waiting for him.
Now, here's Stevenson. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one. And he was fouled in the act of shooting. Chance here now for a 3-point play.
And he found the soft spot in the D on that possession.
And the Clippers making a change here. Crawford's checked in. The guy's Josh Smith, an interesting case. Clark, he shot about 2 triples a game last year, yet for the last 3 seasons, his free throw percentage has been under, surprisingly, 55%.
Yeah, and that's terribly troubling. I mean, his 3-point percentage improved in Houston, but the free throws, really, he can do much better than that. You look at his stroke, I think it's just a matter of concentration with Josh.
Curry with it. Chris Paul covering. Jacks up a 3. The shot will not go. So Los Angeles will take it the other way. At one point, they led by 16.
Nice work on the inside. Hard to get that one up and over the big fella.
Well, it's not supposed to be easy down there, and a little artistry on the inside helped him make it happen.
And with Smith and his shooting, a lot of it is mental. I mean, he has a terrific stroke from anywhere. The free throws are all in his head because he can make threes. He's just got to be a little more focused.
Really left alone that time. Crawford's got 5.
And he's been the catalyst all game long. Love how he's distributing the basketball.
No doubt about it, Greg. I mean, when the offense runs through him, it's really smooth.
And the Kings will go for a different look here. DeMarcus Cousins is checked in for Quincy Ace. Gay comes in for Caspi. Ben McLemore, he's checked in for Marco Bellinelli. Rajon Rondo is subbed in for Curry. Pierce is checked in for Los Angeles. The shot by Cauley-Stein, no good.
And, thinking again about Smith, he made some big shots for the Rockets last year, but you never know quite what you're going to get with him taking perimeter shots.
Pierce with a wide open look. Good, and Paul gets the assist. Pierce has got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. The Kings trail by 18. Outside Rondo. Screen by Cousins. Here's Gay. And it's good. He planted his feet on the pick and shielded the defender off.
Rondo with the nice dish.
Los Angeles has gone to three-point range 7 times tonight, knocked down 5 of them. Crawford passes to Pierce. Some nice ball movement by the Clippers. Paul outside. And the pass to Griffin. And it's the Clippers scoring again.
Another pass put right into the shooter's pocket, right in the shooting pocket for a terrific assist. They've done a lot of that today.
And it's something we haven't seen much of at the opposite end of the floor. And a big lead for them on both the scoreboard and the backboard thus far.
Yeah, rebounding has been a big key in this one, Greg. They've asserted their will and have taken control on the glass. Excellent ball movement there, guys.
And that's keyed this run. Passing it with purpose, the D hasn't been able to keep up.
And that one's good. Cousins.
I tell you what a good thing that he showed up today, because without him, this thing would already be over.
Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds. Crawford outside. That 3 off the mark.
Hey, they got the shot they wanted off of that pick, but it just doesn't fall.
Yeah, it didn't go down, but you'll take that shot every single time, Greg. That's good offense.
Nobody near Gay. Basket is good. The assist from Rondo. Rondo's got his 5th assist in this one. Pass to Griffin. And a great job by the D contesting that shot and forcing the middle.
All right, Sacramento, please welcome.
And we're getting underway here in the tells the story in this matchup. But we'll see how much things change up here. And Sacramento has possession. It's a 16-point game. McLemore and Gay on the perimeter. DeMarcus Cousins out there with Cauley Stein. And it's Rondo in at the 1. That's the 5 out there for the Kings.
He's just such a well-rounded offensive player. He's got a little bit of everything.
Rondo against Crawford. Jordan the screen. Off the pick. And misses it off the right side of the rim.
Boy, there was no hand in his face right there. I thought for sure he was going to knock that down.
Here's Cousins. No good on the 3. Clippers leading by 13. Looking to end his cold spell. And it's good on the way in. 7 points for Crawford.
Despite his ineffectiveness, the team has found other scoring options, which you have to have when one of your main guys is struggling.
Feeds it to Redick. This one for 3. And that's collected by Gay. Gay's got 3 rebounds so far in the game. Here's McLemore. Gay outside. From downtown. That one falls through. It's his 6th make from the floor this game. Now 6 for 10.
With the success they've been having from the three-point line since halftime, I'll bet you that scoreboard starts to look a lot different real soon.
Partner, that's assuming they can continue that hot shooting. But if they do, and especially if they can get a few stops, you have to think they'll make this thing interesting.
Boy, for Jamal Crawford, guys, it's been a really good career. Not many guys can maintain his level of quickness after 15 years in the league. But last season, he finally started to show a little wear and tear.
And now Doris Burke has an update from the sidelines.
Hey, Kevin, I got a chance to hear what George Karl was saying to the team. He was not at all satisfied with their effort level, saying, we're losing the hustle plays and all the 50-50 balls. We simply can't win that way. We've got to get after it. Let's see how they respond, Kevin.
And back to Crawford last season, he was down in field goal and three-point percentage. Plus, he battled with a calf injury that ultimately kept him out of 17, 18 games late in the year.
Yeah, Kevin, but his deep range spread the floor when he was out there. He still has that presence about him that you have to honor him. And he also hits some very timely shots. A dangerous assassin who always needs to be accounted for.
Cousins dishes to McLemore. That's good.
That pass into the paint, that is a work of art there, dead on target.
Clippers leading by 14. Crawford outside. kicks it to Jordan. Here's Redick, and it's good. Assisting on the play was Jordan. Redick's got 5 points now in the quarter.
And really just led him to his sweet spot for that finish.
And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2. One thing to say about Rajon Rondo's career, he's come up big in the biggest of games, had 6 steals in the closeout game that gave Boston its 17th championship. Remember that back in 2008 for Coach Doc Rivers?
I really do. And after that Boston win in the series against the Lakers, Phil Jackson called Rondo the star of Game 6. Everyone had always talked about the big 3 in Boston. That year, it was the big 4.
These defenders are putting up very little resistance to the three-point shot.
And it's killing them. 4 of the last 5 makes coming from long range.
Now here's Johnson. Jordan the screen. Now here's Redick, guarded by McLemore. Just 5 to shoot. And Redick kicks to Smith. Hits the jumper in space. And the Clippers lead by 14.
And, you know, guys, on the topic of Rondo, you look at his playoff career now. I mean, in 2009, he averaged nearly a triple-double in the postseason. I mean, this guy has great instincts, but he has to have the ball to orchestrate the way he's most effective.
Here's Gay, following the score by Josh Smith. Tries it from 9. And so he draws the foul on the shot, a trip to the line to shoot 2.
And going back to what we were saying, what you hope with Rondo is that he can get back to his full level of confidence. He tore the ACL in 13. He was traded in 14, lost his way a little bit, but he's still young enough to have several really good years in front of him.
Here's what the Clippers are going with right now. Griffin comes in for Smith, and Paul subbed in for Jamal Crawford.
And that's an important rebound, and especially on a night where the board work has not been their best.
But they're still in this one, fellas. Can they pump it up a notch here in the clutch?
Now here's Redick. Got a piece of it. And here we go. McLemore heading to the hoop. Moving it up. Gay can't hit.
Now, nice work there to contest the finish inside.
You know, they got the shot they wanted, but his defense, I mean, deterred them from those plans.
McLemore with the ball, covered by Redick. Gay kicks to Rondo. Sacramento again missing. Clippers leading by 12. Paul right side. Dishes it to Jordan. Back to Paul. He's looking for Griffin and finds him. It's deflected. Now here's McLemore. Off the mark, had a chance to trim it to single digits. Ball against Rondo, and stolen by Cousins. And McLemore kicks to Gay. And, there's a whistle. He was going up for a layup, and while it looked like there was some contact, I wasn't sure they were going to call it a foul shot or not, but sure enough they have. So he'll head to the free throw line. And some stats here, guys. The scoring breakdown for Los Angeles.
Guys, the passing we've seen from them has been tremendous. Very unselfish.
Yeah, but I also like the balance because they're doing a great job of getting inside and converting around the rim. I really like their aggressiveness.
Los Angeles calls timeout. They're ahead by 11. 1:52 left in the fourth quarter of this one. Some changes for Sacramento. Bellinelli comes in for McLemore, and Curry subbed in for Rajon Rondo. 1:52 left in the game. The shot's good from Paul.
Excellent communication on the inbound play there, guys. He got into good position, and the pass was as it needed to be, on time and on target.
Now here's Cauley Stein. Great D that time from Jordan.
And they've controlled the boards, and that's a big reason why they're controlling the lead.
Yeah, they brought the sandpaper edge to their attack, really fighting and scrapping inside. A lot of grit and grind with these guys.
Paul with the ball. Bellinelli is covering. That's good. 19 points for Chris Paul.
And guys, what we saw here tonight is one side having everything going for them. Huge margin of victory for Los Angeles.
Clark, look at their number of assists.
Well, they minimized the one-on-one situations, Kevin. They got the ball moving, and it found the open guy.
Great ball movement, you're right. And it'll go down as their first official win of the new year.
They can chalk this one up, but these two teams will see plenty more of one another before the season's over.
And, Greg, we know familiarity breeds contempt. I would expect things to become more heated as these teams face each other going forward.
I mean, when you look at the stats, you'll see just how dominant a game this was for Chris Paul. He just looked like an orchestrator out there. His teammates kept running to the open spot, and he found them time and time again.
And so here are the Clippers. Sacramento able to drain the three and fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot two.
Chris Paul, guys, for the last decade, the best point guard in the NBA. Now, there's some new competition for that distinction, though, with Steph Curry breaking through to NBA stardom. And it's always exciting to watch these two go head-to-head.
And the Clippers making a change here. Cole Aldridge, he's checked in for DeAndre Jordan. Pierce comes in for Blake Griffin. Josh Smith, he's checked in for Wesley Johnson. And Lance Stevenson subbed in for J.J. Redick. Pablo Prigioni, he's checked in for the Clippers. How would you compare Chris Paul and Steph Curry?
Well, Steph Curry is just an off-the-chart shooter. I think the best in the history of the game in overall shot making and creativity as far as shooting goes. Paul is more of an orchestrator, a maestro supreme.
That's his second personal foul.
Free throw good. Prigioni.
Pablo Prigioni taking 2 shots.
Prigioni hits them both. 24 seconds left to play in the final quarter. Outside Curry. Pulls it up. Kept alive by Sacramento. And it'll be Sacramento as it goes out of bounds. The Kings retain possession. .11 seconds left to play here in the fourth. Shot's good.
He has such a sweet three-point stroke there. And it can really open things up inside because as good as he shoots it, it forces the opposing bigs to have to step out on the perimeter.
So the Clippers winning this one easily. They came in here and took care of business like they were the home team.
Chris, how does a win like this help propel the team at this point in the schedule?
Hopefully it gives us a little momentum. We got a tough stretch coming up. We got our back-to-back next week, so hopefully it just gives us a little momentum.
It was a pretty good start, Chris. Thank you. Kevin, back to you.
All right, Doris, thank you.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Thank you, Kevin. And now we get a chance to present our Jordan Player of the Game, Chris Paul. He led the way tonight with a double-double and was a major reason why they won tonight. His effort and intensity gave them the boost they needed.
They asked an awful lot from him tonight offensively, and he delivered. When they needed a big bucket, he was the guy they turned to, and he delivered, like I said. I mean, this guy was unbelievable. He did not shy away from the moment.
You know what? He's a total package as a floor general. It may not be an official ranking for the best leaders in the league, but if there was, CP3 would be right at the top of the list.
And that's it for our broadcast here tonight, but we're just getting started on a new season in the NBA.